I posted a video about Workhorse last month when they hit their absolute peak at $22.90. The day after I posted that video, they sold off. Hopefully this video is not an indication that they're about to sell off again, because I think the stock is a great buy. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about Workhorse and why I think that this stock is a buy. Are you ready? Let's get into it. If you're new here, my name is Greg and I make videos about the stock market and options trading. If those are two things that you're interested in, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified every single time that I make a video. Workhorse has been all of the hype recently with a ton of news coming out about this company. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you those important news updates, followed by my outlook on their upcoming earnings report, and finally we're going to do a technical analysis of the stock over on the price charts. The most recent and important news that I could find is that Lordstown Motors is going to be going public through a special purpose acquisition company, or a SPAC. The ticker symbol for this is going to be RIDE, and this is going to be held by the DiamondPeakHoldings Corporation. This is very similar to that of Hyliion and Taurus Acquisition. You might not know who the hell Lordstown Motors is, and I don't blame you. This is yet another EV company that is looking to make electric pickup trucks. I can't even count on one hand how many companies we've seen come out with an electric pickup truck and then not deliver. Right now, Lordstown Motors is still in their pre-production stage, and the CEO, Steve Burns, says that they are predicted to make over 20,000 vehicles in their first year of production. But we're still waiting on the first one, and they have no plans to start production until 2021. The future of Lordstown Motors seems pretty uncertain right now, but Workhorse, on the other hand, is very promising. Right now, Workhorse is actually delivering the C-Series vans that they're selling. Currently, they are leasing and renting their vehicles through COOP by Ryder, which is a peer-to-peer truck sharing platform that connects fleet managers to businesses that want to rent their vehicles. So right now, anybody can go on their website and rent or lease a C1000. So unlike Lordstown Motors, unlike Nikola, they actually have vehicles that are on the road. They recently received an order for 20 C1000 vans from a company by the name of E-Trucks. This company is looking to resell their vehicles and offer flexible financing. I have no idea how much these vans are actually going for, but hey, sales are sales. They already have major customers such as UPS, DHL, and FedEx, and they're also looking to lock in the USPS contract. And this is the most important news that we need to be looking out for. This USPS contract is worth over $6 billion, and it's supposed to replace their old and problematic vans. Currently, there are 4 companies that are in the running for this contract, and this includes Karsan, Mahindra Automotive, Workhorse obviously, and Oshkosh. Personally, I think that Oshkosh and Workhorse have the best shot at this because they're the only 2 US-based companies, and we need these jobs here in the States. Oshkosh is teaming up with Ford in order to create diesel engine vans, and we all know that the cost of diesel is super high. So personally, I think that Workhorse has the best shot at getting this USPS contract. This contract is asking for 180,000 vans to be delivered over the next 5 to 7 years. And right now, Workhorse is only producing 1 to 2 vehicles a day. So they're really going to need to step up their production if they get this contract. They could also receive a part of this contract. And if they were to get only 10% of this, they would get $600 million in revenue. Last quarter, they had enough revenue in order to make a profit, reporting a positive 6 cents earnings per share. But that's in the past, and the stock market is speculation on the future of a company. So let's get into what I'm expecting for their next earnings report. Workhorse set their second quarter earnings to be released next week on August 10th, which is a Monday. According to Earnings Whispers, the estimated earnings per share based on the consensus is a negative 12 cents. This would represent a year-on-year decline in their earnings per share of 20%, which makes no sense to me. Last year, they weren't taking in nearly as much revenue because they didn't have their C-Series vans that they were beginning to sell. So I think that they're going to report a positive earnings per share. Last quarter, analysts were expecting negative 16-cent EPS, but they ended up turning a profit. They ended up reporting 6 cents earnings per share. Considering that they just started to lease and rent vehicles through Ryder, I think that they're going to generate more revenue this quarter, and this earnings report is going to be a repeat of last quarter. I'm expecting a positive EPS for the second quarter of 2020, which should really boost their share price. This, on top of them possibly receiving the USPS contract, has created a lot of hype around the stock, and it should lead to some huge growth for the stock over the next few weeks. With that said, let's go look at the price charts to see how I think that they'll be trading. Taking a look at Workhorse's 180-day and 4-hour chart, they just broke out of this wedge. After the Lordstown Motors news came out about them going public, they surged in value about 25%. This was immediately followed up with a correction, and now they're down from this point about 15%. And I think that they're going to continue to trade up. The top trend line of this wedge is starting to act as a support for this, and they're also trading above the 30 simple moving average line. Now you might be able to get this for a little bit of a better price if you can buy this at the 180 exponential moving average line around $16, but I'm not sure if it'll actually come down to that price, because it would have to break this support. Overall though, Workhorse is following a very bullish trend, trading above the 180 exponential moving average line, currently above 50 RSI. The MACD is still headed down, so that is a bit bearish, but this blue line could easily turn around, go towards the upward direction. We could see these red bars turn green. If we see another green candle today, this is likely going to be the case. Taking a closer look at their 5-day and 5-minute chart, you can see that they broke out of this trend line, and this was on Thursday. They soared up all the way to $20.69, then fell off, and they gained support on this top trend line, and now they're still trending up. Currently, they're at 50 RSI, and the MACD is starting to head down with this red candle that's popping up right now. But I think that it will gain support on this 30 simple moving average line, and I think that it will continue to go up today. I could be totally wrong and it could flop below this top trend line, but I'm thinking that the overall sentiment on the stock is positive. I think that the share price will continue to go up into earnings. If they report a positive earnings per share next week, they're definitely going to be breaking the $20 level, and I'm thinking that they could break their all-time highs at $22.90. Right now, they have to trend up about 33% in order to break new all-time highs, and we saw them trend up 25% in a single day on last Thursday. So this is entirely possible, but only if they beat their earnings per share estimate and they report a positive EPS, and then they get the USPS contract. The USPS contract is probably going to be the biggest news that's coming out about this company, so definitely be on the lookout for that. So that wraps up my video on Workhorse, and if you want to keep up with what investments I'm making on a day-to-day basis, I post all of my trades over my Discord. So with all that said, guys, remember to stay positive, stay green. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.